Running down to Charleston, South Carolina today to drop my wife and daughter off at the airport because they are heading to Italy, leaving me home for an entire week. I got some big plans, but first we got to drop the SQ5 off at EPM Detailing for a paint correction. This car was in really good shape when I purchased it and looked it over, but it was really dirty, and I didn't think anything of it because the interior condition, the engine bay, everything looked really nice. However, when I got the car home after buying it and I cleaned it all up, the paint was in a little rougher shape than I had anticipated. I did a little mild paint correction myself, but I'm not a professional, so I didn't want to go too crazy with it. So that's why I've enlisted the help of EPM Detailing. Dropping it off, going to be here for a few days, and I'm pumped to get it done. And they're off. A week alone. Just me and the boys. The dogs, of course, I mean. I just got home and it is dark outside, but it's time to get going. This garage needs a dramatic makeover. No better time to start than now. I did get a little bit of a head start earlier this week by purchasing a tool chest. Finally, after all these years of having my tools in bags, on pegboards, and in random locations, they're all going to be put away nice and neatly in a central location. And of course, this black tool chest is going to help go a long way in completing the overall look that I'm going for in this garage. I think this is going to make life a little bit easier, a little bit cleaner, and is going to allow me to sort of get rid of this setup and give me more floor space. Problem now is that it gets way worse before it gets better. I set this little wooden backdrop up a few years ago, and I liked how it looked, and I actually do like how it looked, but I got an idea to repurpose this wood, and I think it's going to be a cool idea too. I think that's all I can do tonight. It's been a long day. We got a good start. Get up bright and early and hit it again in the morning. Before I get started on the paint process, here's a quick reminder of what this place looked like before. Pretty rough. When progress seems slow and painstaking, this is a heck of a motivator. I can't wait till this thing is done. some organization done. Now I think it's time for lighting. Super pumped about this. Although the installation process for these hexagon lights is relatively simple, I'll put a more detailed installation process video up on my main channel, Speed Culture Studios, and I'll put a link in the description below if you guys want to check that video out. One, two, three. Holy jeez. I'm not sure what the design is that I went with. I was just winging it, as I said, but I think I'm gonna call it the Dragonfly. There, hooked him up under the bench as well. Getting down to the final bits and pieces here, I'm excited for the reveal. I do have a couple of items still on the way that haven't shown up yet that will sort of put the finishing touches on this project overall, but right now I'm really excited about the end result, and I'm going to show you guys it was a lot of work, but it was definitely worth it. A little quick reminder again of what this garage looked like before, and it got a hell of a lot worse before it started to get better. Check this out. Yes. Oh my God, this is so sick. This is exactly what I envisioned. It was a hell of a lot of work. Hell of a lot of work getting it to this state, but I love it. Color turned out great. Repurposing the old cabinets and just painting them black made a huge difference. The lighting is sick. Finally got the quick jacks up on the wall. We got the shelves organized. We got the floors etched and cleaned. They're ready to go if I ever want to coat them. You guys, it was a ton of work, but I'm really pumped at how the garage turned out. Really excited to finally have this place cleaned out and organized. The walls, the black looks fantastic. I was worried that it would make it look a little bit too small because it's not a huge garage by any stretch of the imagination, but actually when you come out the door and you flip these bright ass LEDs on, it kind of makes the whole garage seem huge. It's almost like you can't see the walls or the ceilings. It just kind of feels a lot bigger than it did before, which I'm really excited about. I'm also really excited that you can see everything in here finally. These hexagon lights are super bright. They installed relatively simply. It didn't take all that long at all, and I just winged it, to be quite honest with you. Everything hooks up. They're super bright. Plenty of light. I had tons left over. I'll put a link in the description below to the kit that I used. It's bright enough in here. And I actually put a light underneath the bench too, so I can see when I'm taking the wheels off on this side of the vehicle. So I might need a little bit more lighting over here on this other side of the garage. But all in all, this is pretty sick. It's nice to have it cleaned out and organized a little bit, giving me a little bit more room to work. But with that being said, I've always done my own projects, and that is home renovations, car projects, car maintenance, little DIY things here and there. So it's been really tough to keep this garage clean. Metal shavings, sawdust, storage of wood and trim pieces, and fixtures, light bulbs, all sorts of crap have found their way into this garage in one way or another. And it's my vow, my pledge to myself right now that this is, from today forward, a car only, an automotive only garage. And I'm gonna try to limit the amount of grinding and spray painting and all of that other crap that I do in this garage. It's just going to be sort of maintenance and upgrades, and we're gonna try to keep it as clean as possible because it's just what I've always wanted. Until we move on to a different house with a bigger garage, that's also a pledge that I'm making to myself. The next home will be a 3-car garage or bigger, or we'll have a separate shop. That would be the ultimate. So we'll see how things go, but for now, I'm really excited about how this turned out. Lighting is sick. I might add a couple more branches now that I think about it, but for now, I'm really pumped on the LED hexagon lights. If you guys are interested in the hexagon lights, I'll put a link in the description below. Really easy to install, actually, surprisingly easy, and I just winged it, and it turned out great, and I'm loving how bright this place is. Now, all I need is a badass car to pull in here. I'm in the market. What should I get? What should I get?